how much do you actually use to start this business? How much?
Then I started with small. There is a word says that a drop of water make an ocean. So I started with small back in the days. I started the main working capital, if I'm not exaggerating, then it was just 120,000 naira in 2017.
That's a lot. You might think it's small, but a lot of people have interviewed myself. I actually started with 30,000 naira, so, so it's actually a lot. So after that, how do you actually get more capital to actually? Because I know that even one person in this market can even withdraw that 120,000. How do you actually get additional capital?
Like what I've said, when I started, the business was very new. I started collecting daily contribution from the people in the market. They were like, okay, if you are doing POS, so you can still we can still do a sale to you guys. Say gym here and there, say gym. The name now become Glow. So some of my customers can even decide, oh, instead for me to even put this 500,000 amount of money to inside their own bank account, as long as this guy have integrity and he has been doing wonderful for us in the market. Some even drop the money for me, which I also add it to my working capital, and anytime they demand for their fund, I don't give them issues. So with that, we do more and more and more and more.
Wow, that's an amazing one. For those of you that are asking, how can you raise capital to start any business, whether it's POS business or any business, that's an idea for you. You will have paid a lot of money to get this tip.
Fine, all business have its own challenges one way or the other. But the greatest challenge that I've ever faced on this business, it was a transaction of a fraudster. We call the guy's name. His name. Should I mention the guy's name, or I should just?
You might skip the name. You can skip the
Okay,
name so that they will not sue us.
okay. The guy tried to withdraw from some of my staff. The total volume of the transaction is about 945,000 naira. After 2 days, the guy sent a message to his bank that the transaction was not successful, and my bank sent chargeback to me. Unfortunately for me, I didn't check mail. I said, no, this transaction was successful. This customer has already been. They now ask me, okay, I should provide all the approved tickets, which I generate for my bank to send to the correspondent bank. We discovered this guy has withdrawn all the money. After 10 months, bank now sees all the evidence. They now give us court order, now link to, irrespective of where the guy has account, the bank should just make sure they refund my money back.
Wow, that's an amazing experience. So, for my audience, let me know what's your own worst day in this business or in any business you are doing. What's your worst day? What's the worst thing that's ever happened to you? Leave it in the comment box below. I'm wondering how the name Say Jim. How do you come about it? What's the story behind Say Jim?
Okay, firstly, all glory to Almighty Allah. Yeah, in 2016, when I left my previous banking industry, I left Sky Bank in 2016 December. So I just sleep at home for just 3 days. Then I came back to this market because where I resigned is not far to where my business is domiciled. Cairo Market, Oshodi, Lagos here is the major market in Oshodi. So after like 3 days, I just come about, what do they lack in this market? Let me try to bring something new. Then there was nothing like POS or agency banking in all these social the market. So I'm the first person that developed the skill. And so far so good today. I give Almighty Allah, I give glory to him. When I wanted to set up the business, my name is Said and my surname is Jimo. So I just do the combination of the name. I submitted the name to CAC, and it was approved as a business name. That is how Say Jim. That's how we come about the Say Jim name.
All right, I'll move to the next question. Every business face challenge. What's your what are the challenges you are facing currently in the business?
Um, so far so good. The challenge that we are really facing on the business now is the issue of network. Network is one way or the other. We're having issue with network maybe all these MTN, Glo and all that. That one is a general problem that we are having. In aspect of employee too, because before we give somebody POS to work for me in any of my outlets, it requires a lot, because one, we must know the employee very well, where he was coming from, the guarantor. So those are the things that we need to put into consideration. But I give thanks to Almighty God in that aspect. I do the needful before I employ anyone to my business. At least I have about 15 staff currently, and I've never had any issue with anyone of them.
What's your advice for people who are doing business, whether it's POS business or any small business? What's your advice for them?
Okay. My advice to that is that any business one who, as in one want to venture into, to my own best knowledge, is know what you want to venture into. Try to acquire knowledge about the business or the service you want to render for people. If you don't have the knowledge background, some people comes to me, they will be saying, money is the challenge, it's money that will not make me do this business. I say, please come. It's not about money. At times you can start with little or nothing, but just try to know what you want to do first. So that's my own advice. Acquire the knowledge background about what you want to venture into, so that one will take you far. It will go a long way for you by the time you start the business. Thank you.
Oh wow, that's an amazing one, and you've had it from the business owner himself. So thank you very much for watching. If you are yet to subscribe to this channel, click on the subscribe button. You'll also give this video a thumbs up. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.